not all of it's specialized work. You know what I mean? Like half the job is lugging.
And I'd say 3/4 of that career is maintenance.
Or getting paid like just enough not to really succeed.
Yep. Jumping in with another company that really has a together to see how they do it.
Oh, yeah.
Beforehand. I never did that.
Hey, Big God, Nick, and Eric. Awesome to see you two together tonight.
Sure is.
It is the best.
Question. Was going to join the military, but Sam convinced there's better ways to win in life. Want to make $200K a year and getting into HVAC. Would you have any insight or advice starting from the ground up?
I mean, there's a lot of HVAC guys in here, but Eric, you got this one.
Yeah, no, I mean, I like HVAC. I actually always push that because if I had I'd either be an electrician or I'd get into HVAC. I just think, and it's only just from me seeing on the outside, so it's not like I have like personal, I've never been involved in that type of company or anything, but I see the prices because I deal with a lot of contractors that I'm friends with over 20 years. They tell me what the prices are, and they also, they show me the comparisons from one to the other. So I've seen quotes be $5,000 and $20,000 for the same job.
Yeah.
They were going with the $20,000 person for the last 10 years. So imagine the potential there for being on your own is crazy.
Yeah.
If you can just, if you get the right contract, you're just gonna make bank.
It's sort of like punch your own ticket. If you get really good at it and really fast at it, where you can drop off materials one day and you can slide from job to job and you can have guys underneath you working, getting not all of it's specialized work. You know what I mean? Like half the job is lugging.
And I'd say 3/4 of that career is maintenance. So you're talking about there's not a lot of I don't think you're gonna have a lot of overhead with supplies when you're just doing maintenance. Yeah. I mean, you're just gonna show up and you have to it's like scheduled, but you're getting paid great money for not even bringing anything.
Yeah, I mean, some of it's backbreaking work. I'm not gonna say it's easy, but it's, out of all the trades, I gotta call it what it is. It's not too tough.
Yeah.
And the trades, there's no one there. You know what I mean? Like I can't speak on people like, oh, you're telling everybody to go in the trades. I don't know white collar mid-level jobs. Those are the ones that get sandwiched out every 15 years.
Yep.
I'm selling cars. I'm like, what'd you do? Oh, I own a landscape company. What'd you do before this? I was a banker. What happened? They cut my whole team.
Yeah.
How many times have you heard that?
Yeah. I think the pros and cons when it comes to, let's say, laboring in any profession. Yeah, that sucks, right? Labor sucks. But on the other side of it, you're always worrying about your job if you're not doing those trades. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the trades are always there. So whatever.
There's a stat like 7 guys out, 1 in.
Yeah, so you have comfort in the trades. The other side, I think you're just worrying about your job for the rest of your life. That sucks.
Yeah. I mean, or getting paid like just enough not to really succeed.
Yep.
Like I have friends that work in mid-level management. They make $200-300 grand a year. They're capped. They know it. They'll tell me straight up. I'm never gonna. They're millionaires, but their
head might be on a chopping block, or they're gonna not push a salary increase because they will be on a chopping block.
That's brutal. I don't know. That kind of living is like, Christ. Like, in HVAC, like my plumber, Billy, he's great. He's a 2-man op, and he's like, I need money this year. I'm gonna do a lot more work. I call Billy. I'll do it right away.
Yep.
And why? Because I need money.
Yeah.
And he's a 60. He's not broke. He just wants to make more money. Last year he was taking it easy. I'm doing a lot of fishing, chilling, going camping, going hiking with my daughter.
Yeah. You don't need the money. You don't have to work.
Yeah. I can go. I mean, this is a guy doing it for 20, 30 years, but you got to start somewhere. There's not a lot of people coming into it. Working for not the biggest, but the best company you can is smart. It's up to you. It's not rocket science. Use your judgment. Work for the best company with the nicest. It's not necessarily pay, but like, are they going to take care of you? Are the workers that are there happy? Yeah, like Kevin Ferran's got 6 dudes, all happy, like cool. They're all paid. Is it the fanciest builder in the world? No, but is everybody happy? That's like, it's got to be worth most of it.
I do feel like if there's one thing I could have done is if I ever, my trade, it was actually originally site construction, so I was always just digging mostly, so utilities and all that crap, hence the name Hayden Site and Utility. So it was a site and excavation company. Now I'm doing mostly pavers. But if I ever could have worked for a different company and seen the proper way of doing some things, pull that away and then start your own company, I think there's a benefit there too. Like jumping in with another company that really has a together to see how they do it.
Oh yeah.
Beforehand, I never did that.
Oh right. Learning the best practices from a company that's executing.
Right.
Yeah, I know. I was getting grilled today by a guy. at the cryotherapy place. He was like, he sold his printing company for 50 million or something. But the way he asked me questions, like, so you've been doing this for a while? You've been coming to this thing? I was like, yeah, I've been coming for a year. It's great. It's been like, my health has been somehow on par for trying to make TV shows and shit. He's like, oh, what would you do differently if you started over again? He's asking me questions that like this, like, and I'm like, this is like a best practices guy. He's like dialed in.
Yep.
What do you do? I retired at 53. Okay, what are you doing now? He's like, honestly, I don't know. I was like, I'm buying houses. You want to jump in? I found 50 lots. And,
I see opportunity.
Yeah, I'm like, well, that's good. Let's go get a drink sometime. No.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm going to get a drink with him this week. No. But it's when you work with dudes who are best practices, you will learn a lot. Even if it's for 2, 3, 4 years, you still get to make a paycheck while you learn. It's not humiliating to make. And the reason why I don't like the $250,000 to $300,000 job, there was a comment that was like, yeah, $300,000 a year sucks. It's, first of all, the lifestyle is keeping up with the Joneses. Anybody working jobs making $200,000 to $400,000 a year, they own your clock.
Yeah, and you're spending money to stay there.
Exactly. Yes.
It costs you.
Yeah. There's other things. Your kids are going to X school, Z school. You're driving X car, Z car, going on X vacations. But it's a predicted path of mid-level nonsense that sucks.
Arcade Walrus with $25. Good job with lots of free time. I'm thinking of getting into a crafty hobby I could turn into a side gig. Do you know of anything unusual / specialized I can make in my garage that would be worth investing time in?
I mean, I just went through this with custom cabinetry, man, and learning how to make custom cabinets
is an art.
It's an art form. It's difficult, but it's kind of small. I mean, you need a whole shop, but you can get the basics down in a garage. I mean, look, it's $25,000 worth of equipment.
Yep.
Vac systems and whatnot. You can probably go halves on a guy and like lease one in a mill somewhere and like use equipment, planer, joiner, etc. But I have a friend who's so busy. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna give him a solid, and I just can't make the ends meet. He's so busy. Like this kid like quit his job to be a cabinet maker. Like, I'm not going to be able to do custom cabinets. I thought I was going to be able to, and it wasn't anything personal. I don't think he was being like aggressive. It was just like, this is what I get. And I'm like, that's what you get? I'm quitting my job tomorrow. I'm going to learn how to make cabinets.
What do we just talked about wall building, and I don't suggest that to like a hobbyist. That doesn't make sense. But I'm just saying, how crazy was it?
Yeah, he called me for a stone. He's like, Nick, do you know any stonemasons? I called 2 of my friends that are both like natural stone wall building capable. Like, have trucks, have guys, 6 guys know how to build it. I know the wall. I've done landscaping. I bid it in my head. I'm like, these guys can bang this out in like 2 weeks plus 2 days on the last week for cleanup.
Yep.
For a little pointing or something. Or maybe a little bit on the foundation, a couple of days up there earlier. And I'm like, all right, I pay the guys, $2,500 a week. Times like 4, all right, $10,000 a week labor times 2. I'm like, let's call this wall 35 to 50 grand.
Right, safely.
I won't come unless it's 100,000.
That's what we got. 100 grand.
100,000 for the wall. I'm half.
2 weeks, 2 days. 100 grand.
Yeah.
And you cover materials.
Yeah, and I'm not. And honestly, and you give me the price like I'm a piece of shit.
Yep. I don't want to go.
Yeah, just it's 100. Does he have 100,000? I'll go.
I mean, I don't want to go. So
yeah,
tell him 100.
Stonework. I mean, it's. I've built a few walls myself. I've built a few. I mean, look, palletized wall stone is easy to work with.
Yeah, it
even
is.
natural. Like, I've used Connecticut white line. I built a shower by myself. It was hard, but it wasn't like that hard, and it came out good.
I was hoping for 35,000.
Yeah,
it was 100.
Yeah,
I said, wow. Huh?
Yeah.
I'll do this every day of my life then.
Yeah. It's always like, and honestly, it gets back to the trades. Like, what do the Richies want and will pay for? Natural stone.
Yep.
Good tile work, like unbelievable cabinetry and like wall, like finish work, finish carpentry.
Yeah.
Well executed.
Like things people appreciate.
Yeah.
They'll pay.
They
have money.
This like production stuff. If you get involved in production stuff, it's volume. So if you're doing production, it's got to be like 15 guys, big company, big employees, lots of production. Volatile, but big money, lots of jobs going on. Custom is one-man op. I make a lot of money. I work really slow. I can scale it out a little bit, but I can't because I have to control everything because the quality has to be so high. Just keep that in mind. There's kind of 2 ways. There is like a little bit of a split. One makes more money than the other one, obviously, but when things slow down, they start singing different tunes.